Hello everyone, I am Colleen Knight, bringing you stories from around the globe, and this is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. Eagle News correspondent June Reynoso joins a blood donation project sponsored by the Iglesia Ni Cristo and the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation in Long Beach, California. Take a look.
Every 2 seconds that pass by, an individual in the United States is in need of blood. So residents from Long Beach, California and neighboring cities gather together to donate blood to give back to the community.
Now I too will be donating blood, and yes, I'm slightly nervous, but it's all for a good cause, right? Like, why is it beneficial to donate blood anyway?
Well, for all people, ultimately the most important thing is you're saving up to 3 lives each time you donate. So this is the best way you could help your community. For men, it's very important to donate. There's studies that suggest that men that donate at least once a year will reduce their chances of heart attack and stroke by at least 70%. So for men, it's a wonderful way to help yourself. But ultimately, the most important thing is 3 people get help. And there is no other way to repair your community, but by saving lives, this is the best thing you could do for you.
What happens to the blood once it is donated?
So, if you see, there's not a lot of people on this side of the section, but the whole blood donation, where we just take a full pint of your blood, is going to be sent to the lab. They're going to run a rigorous test through it, make sure it's good to be used for the community. Then they separate the components of the blood. So we say you save 3 people's lives because when it gets separated, one person will receive the platelets, another will receive the red blood cells, and a third person will receive the plasma. So it's a wonderful way to, again,
That's
3
great.
people, not just one. For men, you're even helping yourself. So it's a win-win situation for everybody involved.
Who qualifies to donate blood?
Well, if you're 17 years of age or older, you qualify for blood. There's a lot of things that can exclude you, but if you're 17 years old and you're healthy, I highly suggest you go to your local blood bank and try to donate blood. Everybody qualifies. All blood is good blood.
Now that I know that all blood is good blood, that definitely relieves me of my nervousness. But I still wonder, why would others choose to donate blood?
So donating blood, it's always been something that I would do once or twice every year, and it's just something that I look at as a way to help, and that's just one of the things that every year that's been driving me to always donate blood.
I chose to donate blood today because first of all, it's one of the church activities, and of course we have to be united in everything that we do, and would like to help our fellow man, which is also the commandment of our Almighty God.
That's great.
Okay. Yeah.
So how did you feel before and after you donated blood?
Well, before I donated blood before, it was also a church activity, so I don't remember how I felt that time.
How'd you feel this time?
Well, I mean, after I donated blood, I felt kind of lightheaded, but I'm just happy that I was able to participate in this activity with brothers and sisters in the church.
That's great. So I'm sure you ate a lot of food right after.
Yes, they try to feed me.
I'm pretty used to it, so before going into it, I was already well aware of everything that was going to happen, so I was okay then. In between and all the way through the end and after, I was completely fine.
Why would you recommend someone to donate their blood?
Well, I mean, it's definitely, even if you're not directly helping anybody, it's a way to help out people and save lives. It's a lot of people say that, or a lot of people in the world, they need to do blood transfusions or, any sort of like work with blood, and this can help many people. And it's just something to give in a way. Maybe you won't be giving your recognition, like no one's gonna know it's you, but it's just something that makes you feel good because you can really help out people even if you don't know who they are.
I would recommend others to donate blood because it helps people.
Being in this room full of professional medical staff and supportive people definitely gets my heart pumping and going, motivating me to want to donate again.
So get up and donate today. Your efforts will not be in vain. Reporting from the blood donation event here in Long Beach, California, I'm June Reynoso, and I am always one with 25.
Thanks, June. In another blood donation event, Eagle News junior correspondents David Cuscio and Sarah Cuscio discover what it takes for one to donate blood. Here's the report.
Giving blood can help save lives. But with needles that look this big, donors must be brave. So how does a person find the courage to give blood? Well, we're about to find out. Wait, not me. I'm too young to give blood. The Iglesia Ni Cristo with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation have partnered with Livestream and the Huntington Hospital Blood Donor Center to sponsor a blood donation drive in North Hollywood, California. Members of the Church of Christ, along with community residents, worked together to raise awareness about the need for blood. How will the donated blood be used?
Well, that's a great question, David. The blood will be used for many patients within the Southern California area. It goes to people who are in car accidents, who are having surgery, or being treated for cancer. People give blood because that's the only source of blood for individuals in need. They do it out of the goodness of their heart, to go ahead and give back to the community, and to save lives.
Why do people give blood?
People give blood because they want to help, because they know that that's the only way they can save someone's life that needs blood is by donating their own blood. We can't buy blood, we can't turn on a faucet and fill up bags with blood. It takes people helping people. Donating blood is very easy and it's very rewarding. It doesn't take very long to do. You get to find out some things about your health that perhaps you didn't already know. And you also get to find out your blood type. But most importantly, you get to save lives.
A city official representative from District 6 of Los Angeles arrived to award the Iglesia Ni Cristo and the FYM Foundation with a certificate of recognition for their outstanding work in this community outreach. Why did the Church of Christ decide to hold a blood donation drive?
We want to be able to fulfill the commandments of God that says that we should shine as lights of this world. So we help our fellow man by donating things such as blood. That's something that they might need, especially if they're sick, so that someday we would be able to invite them to the Church of Christ and to listen to the words of our Almighty God.
A big lunch, lots of refreshments, a photo booth, and a children's arts and craft center were enjoyed by all the attendees with their families. Is this your first time giving blood?
Yes, it is.
No, this is not my first time giving blood.
Yes, it is.
Does the needles scare you?
Yes, it did.
Then how are you still able to donate?
I closed my eyes. I prayed.
No, needles never really scared me, and my parents have taught me to be brave.
Just give it a try. Giving blood is you're saving lives and you're giving life.
Just look at the good side because you're helping a lot of people that are sick.
A message I would give to somebody that isn't sure to give blood is that you're kind of being a hero because you're giving your blood, and blood is life, to another person, so they have a chance to survive something, because you'll never know what the people who are going through that are getting this blood.
For me, it's a way to show that I can give back to the people. It's another way to do good.
I think you just have to remember that this could possibly save someone's life, and it's always going to be worth it in the end.
I know there's people out there who are scared of needles and stuff like that, like my dad. Last year he did donate despite being afraid of blood. So I think it's more about knowing that not only is this for the church and the FYM Foundation, but it's also helping out people around the world, or people who need blood.
Just take a deep breath, and it just happens really fast. It's like it's scary before it happens, but when it actually happens, you get it done with really fast. It's pretty much the health benefits, and most especially to help other people who might need your blood to save lives.
We wonder what makes a person brave enough to give blood. After speaking with donors, this is what we discovered. Courage starts with caring. Reporting from North Hollywood, California for Eagle News, I'm David.
And I am Sarah.
And we are 1 with 25.
Thank you, David and Sarah. Up next, the Los Angeles Fleet Week celebrates the nation's sea services. Calm and collected, interior design please a Vancouver audience. Eagle News Weekend Edition will return in a moment.
Hi guys, I'm Ariel.
And I'm Kenneth, and we're your new hosts for The Break Room.
So please watch us every Monday at 7:30 to 8 in the evening. We are 1 with 25.
What's up, everybody? Just like snow in Las Vegas being a rare thing, so are opportunities in life. So whenever they come around, seize the moment. Tune into Digital Nest on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. only on Net 25. I'm Ahmed Santos, your EBC correspondent, always 1 with 25. Peace!
Hello Digital Nesters, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to watch our future features.
Agila Balita, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 12 ng tanghali hanggang 1:00 ng hapon.
Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. Celebrating the nation's sea services, the annual Los Angeles Fleet Week has come ashore. Eagle News correspondent Eva Basalyahe with the story.
Ships ahoy! LA Fleet Week celebrates the nation's seafaring military might here in the Port of Los Angeles in San Pedro, California.
A blowing reveille, he's the boogie woogie bugle boy company B. They made him blow a bugle before his sons could stand. They really brought him down because he could not jam. The captain seemed to understand. We learned the next day the captain went out and drafted a band, and now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy company B. He was a boogie woogie bugle boy of company B.
A big part of Fleet Week are the military transport, weaponry, and ships of war like this one. Docked at the Los Angeles waterfront, the USS Iowa is a battleship-turned-museum where one can walk in the footsteps of sailors who served in World War II, the Korean War, and Cold War. As spacious as the Iowa looks from shore, on board, tight quarters, narrow passages, and steep staircases tell a different story. To think that the crew of this majestic ship lived under these confined conditions makes one appreciate even more the service that they gave. Active duty military were present to answer questions about Fleet Week and to educate the public about what they do. What is LA Fleet Week?
LA Fleet Week is a chance for us to bring out some of our gear and equipment, show the civilian population, so to show what we have and get that good community relations with them.
We have our medical tents with our 305 tents and our AMOL blocks, which provide our medical equipment within 1st Medical Battalion. A lot of people don't realize how quick and accessible that is. Our goal is stabilization and damage control within our unit.
We set up a Roll 2 facility
It's our shock trauma platoon, and that's how we take care of wounded combat injuries. And so if you would go over there, you would see a couple of our tents set up where we could receive those casualties, and then an example of our operating room.
So LA Fleet Week's been a really great experience for us. It brings the Navy to LA. So we get up here and get to see do a lot of different events, see the great community. They're very receptive to us, very welcoming, and really it's just showing them what their Navy does for them.
What can the public find here at LA Fleet Week?
There was a lot. We had concerts here the weekend. There was a lot of aerial shows, tours of the Iowa, tours of the ships, and then a lot of different vendors here with things on display, the local police, fire departments. We also had Marine Corps with some displays. We had a basketball tournament here this weekend, concerts again at night. It was really good. We're going to wrap it up tonight with a baseball game.
A lot of people are really interested in pretty much all the military side as well as the police stuff that we have over there. We have a lot of questions that people have been asking about the Cobra, and that's what I fly. It's been great so far. The Cobra is the AH-1 Zulu. It's the newest version of the Cobras that the Marine Corps has.
In the Coast Guard, we do search and rescue, migrant interdictions, law enforcement, and boater safety, and that's just to name a few. But we're just here today to show support for the rest of the branch and to let the public know what's going on.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers about LA Fleet Week?
Come down next year. It's amazing.
What this is all about is our troops, right? The number one thing is we're here to show recognition and support and love for our heroes. I spent 5 years in the Army, 3 combat deployments, and retired in 2013 after I was injured in Afghanistan. But now I'm continuing to serve those by running our nonprofit organization for our veterans.
What can guests expect when they come into LA Fleet Week?
Guests could expect good food, good entertainment, lots of neat military gear, including these awesome ships in the background, and they could most importantly meet people who love and care for them.
Can you tell us what is your role here at this event?
So LA Fleet Week is a time when our military comes out and shows itself to the general public. And we have a thing called Galley Wars where each of the ships sends a team. We have 30 minutes to cook and prepare a main course, 2 sides and a dessert, and I'm one of the judges.
What branch of the military were you in?
I was in Her Majesty's Royal Navy.
Oh, and what was your role and duties there?
I was a cook, but not just a cook, if you know what I mean. Jelly bean.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers before we let you go, Chef Robert Irvine?
Just remember this, you have an opportunity to make somebody else's day that is less fortunate than you. Make it happen, smile, have fun, and thank you for watching this amazing show. See ya.
America's armed forces can be deployed anytime, anywhere around the world, which means the fight to keep the nation secure can happen far from its borders. Events like Fleet Week honor these brave men and women who help their country remain safe. Reporting from San Pedro, California for Eagle News, I'm Eva Basayahe, and I am 1 with 25.
Thanks, Eva. From California, let's head over to Canada, where not only aesthetically pleasing interior designs are on display, but also those that positively impact feelings and the environment at the Interior Design Show Vancouver. Eagle News correspondent Arnie Aquino with the report.
Calm, cool, and collected. Despite the buzzing energy here at Vancouver Convention Center, the vibe here is, oddly enough, warm and comforting. The exhibits are carefully curated to showcase calm, contemporary designs with a splash of nature, as is characteristic of the Pacific Northwest. IDS Vancouver Director Jody Phillips talks about the show's theme this year.
Every year we do have a theme, and this year the theme is surface and depth. And the surface and depth refers to the fact that design can be aesthetically beautiful and pleasing to the eye, but it also can be good design can impact how you live and move and feel, and can impact your environment. Well, actually, Canadian by Nature is a play on that a little bit. So this is the second iteration. The first one was an installation in Toronto in January, a feature with the same name. This one was curated by myself, and the visual direction is by Glassford and Walker, a design and branding team from Vancouver, based here. And we wanted the content to encompass all different types of design and designers from all across Canada. but with a bit of a more focus here on the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, the whole nature thing is definitely part of this.
Susanna Yorkland, a trend analyst from Helsinki, speaks about her thought process in curating her exhibit.
I curate trend exhibitions also for a Habitat Fair in Finland every year. And the process is such that, well, here we have works by 30 designers or companies. Okay. So we are featuring all kinds of design, but also art and immaterial innovations and companies. The idea was to actually have many levels to showcase the latest design in Finland. We have products from the Young Designer of the Year, Andrea Hartikainen. We have loads of others. And then also to showcase innovations, like I mentioned, and also to talk about a little bit what Finland is about. That's why we have a video of the Finnish weather, for instance, showing in a window and things like that.
Ali Veldry talks about his inspiration for his featured collection.
Yeah, so I collaborated with a Montreal-based company, Mobilia, on a furniture collection called Modern India. So it was an awesome collection that we worked on. I went to India for 4 days. We designed it in Canada and then had it manufactured in India. So the whole inspiration is behind beautiful textures, marbles, lots of kind of handmade goods, beautiful lighting pieces as well, and also kind of a nod to everything handmade. You know what, I think when people think of traditional India, they think of beautiful kind of hand-carved kind of pieces, lots of wood, lots of marble, lots of color as well. So we really kind of minimalized the color portion of it. So we did things that are a little bit more neutral. Like the wood piece here, for example, you can see that it's whitewashed, but it has just some beautiful kind of texture to it. So it is hand-carved, but done in a modern way. So it's more kind of geometric rather than kind of floral. And then, of course, the hand kind of done textiles that we have, the beautiful stitching techniques, and then the use of brass as well. I think brass is something that's really on trend and super Indian as well, because brass was used a lot in India, but again, we've refined it by doing it in subtle ways and in modern ways and just using little hints of it. You know what, IDS Vancouver I think is an awesome platform. I think it's great because it really helps designers kind of get out there, and it helps to educate the public in what's going on, what's trendy in design, and really helps kind of local Canadian designers kind of get their name out there, and promotes companies like Mobilia that are Canadian and doing great things with Canadian designers.
Reporting from the Vancouver Convention Center here in Vancouver, my name is Arnie Aquino, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Arnie. When we come back, saving Hartley House in New York. Eagle News Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition will return shortly.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times.
ASEAN in Focus, Monday to Friday, 2 to 2:30 p.m.
This is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. I am Colleen Knight. A New York community unites to save Hartley House, an institution that has been helping people in the neighborhood for over 100 years. Eagle News junior correspondent Noah Edralin reports.
We're here at Hartley House in New York to hear about a big announcement for the community.
As most of you know, Hartley House, both the building and the organization, has been serving people in this neighborhood in all kinds of ways for over a century. Last year, however, our board faced the heartbreaking fact that our organization could no longer afford to remain in our home. The time and expense of maintaining these very old buildings was simply more than a small, independent organization like ours could manage. We had to choose between serving the buildings and serving our clients, and so we made the agonizing decision to sell. But then, a miracle happened.
So these buildings are not being sold. These buildings are staying in the community.
So Hartley House will become a combination of community services, social services, and affordable housing.
As borough president, I unfortunately see other nonprofits who do not come together as Hartley has with Joe Recipia, with the community board, the speaker, elected officials, and with Hudson Guild. And I hope that other nonprofits in the city look to this and say, we need to do the same thing. So congratulations.
Today's a really good day because we're saving Hartley House, which you know is so important for young people and for people of all ages. So today the community came together to save this amazing organization. It's been here since 1897, and we are so, so proud that we're able to keep this invaluable community resource in the community, helping Hell's Kitchen for generations to come. So today's a good day.
I'm so excited. I am super excited. It is such a blessing to be back in the community where I grew up, where I went to school, and my children came here and grew up here and attended programs. So it is such an honor, and I am excited to celebrate and be here for another 120 years.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Noah Edgelin, reporting from New York, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thank you, Noah. That is today's Eagle News Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. Join us next week for stories from our bureaus across the nation and from around the globe. Visit our websites at eaglenews.ph and eaglenewslive.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/eaglenewsph. Thank you for watching. I am Colleen Knight, and as always, I am 1 with 25.